Next, let's look at the sales order side of the process. We've already defined sales order arrival and sales order intake, and we've assumed a frequency of exponential 10 seconds. Okay, all right, and processing. All right, so we have buffer for finished goods red and buffer for finished goods blue. Now sales order. So let's look at entity sales order at sales intake. Okay, and then it's going to be routed to sales order entry. Okay, so now we have to split the sales order into red order and blue order. So blue order first. Okay, so blue order should go to sales order entry, and the rule is probability 0.6, and okay, we create another record within the same block. So red order also goes to sales order entry, and its probability is 0.4. Okay. Now we go to the next process. The time for sales order entry is normal 0.8 and 2. So, and that's the same for all orders. So we can say all here. Okay. At sales order entry. Okay. And say weight. Normal 8,2 seconds. Okay, and from sales order entry we're going to route it to pack and ship, and here we at pack and ship we have to match it up with the finished goods coming into pack and ship. So again, all, but here since we're going to send this to be matched up, to joined up with the finished products, the rule should be if joined request. So what will happen is from here, okay, so that if a joined request is created at this location, then the order will be pulled from here and attached. So we have to define that when we define the process in pack and ship. So as of now, from sales order entry, we have routed the sales orders, and they are waiting here for a join function at this location. So the rule here is if you get a join request, then go there. Okay, so go where? Pack and ship. Okay, so now we come here. So now we are at pack and ship. Okay, so now we have to get well, let's back up a little bit. So we have the red pot and blue pot okay, at finished goods. So we have to, so back that up a little bit. We have to route that to, so your blue part will go from buffer finished goods blue, okay, and it's going to go to the pack and ship. Okay, so this is going to go on a regular routing, okay, not joint routing. So go regular routing, and then it'll create a join request with the order. Now, is there a move for this sales order entry to buffer finish? So it doesn't. That's it's not any. So that's our blue part going to pack and ship, and we'll have red part going there as well. So red part from buffer finish goods red. All right. Okay, now red part going to pack and ship and regular rule. So now we have the sales order entry waiting here to get a join request from pack and ship, and we have routed one blue. So this is a batch, right? So there are 6 um, circuit boards of blue. So when we route 1 unit of blue part, so that means there is 6 blue circuit boards in that batch, and then there are 4 here, and the orders are for batches. So each order, one order of blue part means it's a packet of 6 circuit boards, and one order of red is for 4. Okay, so now we have the blue part, okay, arriving here at pack and ship. Now we create a operation here, so it's going to now send a join request. So join one blue order. Okay, so it's going to now match up a blue order with the blue part. So if there is no blue order, then it's going to be just sit there, the finished part, until a blue order arrives. And the time is normal 8.2. So wait, normal, the case doesn't matter here. 8.2 second. Okay, and then, well, I should put it like that. Okay, then that's it. So now the blue part matched up with the order will exit, and the same thing for red part. So you have red part coming in at pack and ship. Okay, and so this same code, except, okay, so instead of joining up with blue order, you're going to join up with red order. Okay, and then the red part matched up with the order will exit. Okay, so now we have set up the routing. All right, so let's look at the simulation options. So let's assume that we will run a warm-up period of 1 hour, and we will run simulation for 8 hours, and we will, well, first time we will run with animation, then we will um, disable it. Okay. Well, it's taking too long, so I'm going to switch off animation. All right, so we have results. Okay, so we have how many red parts and blue parts are getting shipped out, the orders getting shipped out. Okay, the sales order gets split into red and blue order, so it doesn't have any exit, which is fine. So let's look at entity summary. So here we have how many exits and how many are current quantity in the system, and average time in the system, and so on. Okay, so now we can look at, all right, let's look at the location summary, and then here we have parts intake. We have 5190 parts coming in. Okay. Does that jive with the arrivals that we coded? So we coded 3 every 30 seconds for red, and 2 every 30 seconds, 3 for blue, and 2 every 30 seconds. So now if you calculate for 8 hours, right, times 60 minutes times 60 seconds, and then you see that the total number approximately matches this. And the same in terms of sales order intake, and we have E10 for the order intake, so 10 seconds, so 6 orders in an hour, I mean in a minute. So again, you make the calculation and check whether that's approximately okay. So these are the ways in which you validate the model. And then you look at the flow of the number of entries coming into each station and each buffer, and then you see that the diode is only blue, not red, so there is a little bit of a smaller quantity here. And remember, these entities are batched up into 6 blues become 1 unit and 4 reds become 1 unit. So that's the reason why you see a drop in the number from 5190 to 877, and all of these numbers seem reasonable. So that's the way we validate the model. And then you can look at other statistics. Okay, so, entity summary, we already saw that. And then we can look at the states, and we can see whether there were any failed arrivals, because there is infinite capacity, so there are no failed arrivals. I mean, if not infinite, there is large capacity. And let's look at one more thing, and that would be resource. So let's look at the resource summary. And you get the resource, we have only one handler, and you see that handler is 99% utilized. So that's something that we have to take a look at. So now that we have the model set up and validated, then we can now go and fine tune various parameters and see how to improve the throughput, how to decrease the WIP, how to decrease the cycle time and wait time, and so on and so forth.